We go. I do believe we are live, so I'll say indeed and greetings unto you, beloved and holy friend. What a dear pleasure it is to have you here again on another conscious evolution. Another opportunity for us to consider the benefits of community. I did get a little bit sidetracked in the previous live stream, but showcasing and getting sidetracked just the benefits of community, right? Feeling supported by this space, even though I don't necessarily have to have you here directly. Knowing that there is some part of what we consider community, our collective, here right now with me, right? Like on a realistic level, there's one friend here with me right now. That might be me. I think that might be myself that's here right now. But even if it's just me right now, there is you if you're hearing these words, right? And I really did spend a lot of time thinking about the benefit thereof, right? How does that benefit us as a species? How does that benefit this way we're going to continue existing going into the future? With us adding value onto this experience iteratively. Every single one of us as a community member in this space adds value and strength to it in a way that cannot be quantified, but can be experienced, right? You friends have made me feel loved in ways that I can only hope to first. Bless, Mojo. Tis I, bless you, Mojo. You have helped me in ways that I cannot describe, right? And I want to bring as much benefit back into your life as well because of that. Every now and then my stream does seem to do like a little bit of a but it doesn't happen ceaselessly. Yeah, benefits of community. We talked about the emotional support that is added in this space, the fact that we can talk about the things that bother us, that make us feel like we're struggling, that we can celebrate our wins, the things that we do manage to actually bring into our lives in a way that we feel adds value, celebrating one another and consoling each other. Thinking about the encouragement and the motivation that is created by us iteratively showing up alongside each other, hoping for the best for one another, thinking about the collective thinking. Share topics to consciously evolve alongside with. That in sharing something and there is a capacity for you to share back with me, there is more understanding that is generated than there would have been if not for your adding to that whole. Feeling the benefits of being able to be still. You friends have changed my entire world. My mind is reeling about what the future is going to look like, what possibilities are going to arise, what's going to change, you know. And again, realizing that no matter what comes, what changes, what possibilities arise, the thing that's going to be of most value is, again, community. All right. The friends you made along the way. That's the real treasure, right? It's the friends you made along the way. Mel, there are so many things I could say about the space, but I'll condense it down to one thing. This community gives me hope. Mojo, I hope you know that you're a part of that hope, right? That if any other member of our community felt that, they are feeling it in part because of you too. I think it's beautifully said, nonetheless. You have created that hope in me as well. I think hope is probably the best word we can use. Creating hope in one another is something that's very valuable. There's a lot awaiting us. And having hope, I think, is invaluable. I'm not really always, at least, someone that invests that much into hope itself. Right? Thinking about it from the perspective of, I don't want to bet on just hoping things will get better, because then I might not do as much as I might be able to change things for the better. But at the same time, right, I feel what the internet and this community has allowed me is not just hope for my immediate world, right? Not just hope that that fly will go away, but also hope that you can change things for the better wherever you are. I feel like that's definitely something that we're always going to be strengthened by, is the fact that we as a community will live all over the world. We'll find ourselves in multiple different spaces all around the earth, and inspiration, our perspective, our art, our words, our kindness, our hope to that space as well. That is something that makes me hopeful. Thank you, Mojo, for giving it a word like that. I'm gonna add some heat to this Dynavap. I'm considering the impact of the past. Because the past does have impact. Hope is a prerequisite for positive action. That's a good point you're making. Maybe that can be added to this consideration of the past that I'm considering as well. Right? That because of some of the actions of the past and some of the belief systems of the past that we've had, we don't have as much hope as we should have right now. Sentences, yes. This technically, if we as a collective species have rallied, to make the most of our world and take care of our people, we would be very hopeful. And we have had the resources to do that over the last couple of decades. The Industrial Revolution changed things. The computers and the internet significantly so too. And now blockchain, AI, gene editing, renewable energy, nanotechnology, probably as well within the next 10 to 20 years. All of these things coming online, converging at the same time. Quantum computing, oh my goodness. There's a chip now. Google's Willow, they made a chip that quantum computes. It quantum computes what a traditional supercomputer, certain tasks, would take like a few billion years to do in like 5 minutes. What? And you can buy it. Hey Google. Hey Google. How much is one of those Willow chips? It's the new Willow chip performed a computation in under 5 minutes that would take a supercomputer 10 septillion years. Sorry for lying to you about that previous number. Yes. In 5 minutes, what a normal supercomputer would process in 10 septillion years. You don't know what a septillion is? I don't either. I don't want to know how many zeros that is. But now it does it in 5 minutes, of course. That makes sense. That sounds great. I want to know what it costs. Tell me, tell me the price. Tell me how much it costs to process what a supercomputer processes in 10 septillion years in 5 minutes. I want to know. Let's ask one of the other language models. Let's start a new one. Let's activate internet. Me and my friends are talking about the new Google Willow quantum computing chip. The one that processes in 5 minutes what takes a traditional supercomputer 10 septillion years. And I'm really curious about what it costs. I'm guessing that pricing isn't available just yet, but considering the market value, let's guesstimate a little bit what this thing would cost. I'm not going to use this information speculatively or to invest any money. I just want to gauge scale, for the shock value. Hope is a place again. Mojo agreed. Now, estimating the cost of the Google's Willow quantum computing chip involves considering various factors, including R&D, hardware, software, operating expenses. Has not publicly disclosed. Operating costs 15 million, 10 to 15 million US dollars, 500,000 one cubic. Small scale quantum computer comparatively conclusion. Considering the factors, the total cost of developing and deploying a quantum computing system like Google's Willow would plausibly be in the range of 50 mil to 100 million dollars. Okay. That's still a lot of money. It's still a lot of money. 50 million, I'm gonna have to like count my peanuts and then realize that I'm like 50 million off. but I guess now you can. All right. $50 million might be nothing. Maybe you would spend a lot more than 50 million to get a traditional supercomputer. And if your use case is very specific, then you won't need to get one. Let's actually talk about that. Have they quantified the exact use case of this Google Willow chip? And maybe you can tell me what kind of company would benefit the most from actually getting this as an upgrade. Google's quantum chips have demonstrated remarkable computing capabilities, noting performing a benchmark comparative competition in under 5 minutes, a task that would take the fastest classical supercomputers an estimated 10 septillion years. Yeah. The specific benchmark used to evaluate Willow's performance is known as the random circuit sampling, RCS. It involves generating and sampling outputs from complex quantum circuits, serving as a standard test to assess a quantum computer's ability to handle computations beyond the reach of classical systems. While RCS itself may not have direct practical applications, It effectively demonstrates the potential of a quantum processor like Willow to tackle complex problems efficiently. Several industries stand to gain significantly from the advances in quantum computing, particularly in the fields like pharmaceuticals, financial services, logistics and supply chain, artificial intelligence and machine learning, and cybersecurity. In pharmaceuticals, quantum computing can revolutionize drug discovery and development by enabling precise simulations of molecular instructions and interactions and leading to the creation of more effective medications. So I did talk about the whole gene editing thing. So again, right, like we are in the age where all of these things are coming online at the same time. Gene editing, quantum computing, artificial intelligence or machine learning, financial services like blockchain, uh, and cybersecurity, right? Like privacy layers being built for us as well, right? Decentralizing our internet, right? Like a lot of the problems with the internet right now is that it's controlled by only a small handful of people. So we are at the cusp of change. This is beautiful. I am arguing that we are at the precipice of a great amount of change because there's a lot of things coming online simultaneously. Blockchain technology, quantum computing, gene editing, artificial intelligence and machine learning, renewable energy, and all of these things all are going to benefit from one another. Like all of these fields arising is going to benefit from having quantum computing chips, and then quantum computing chips will benefit from actually being deployed. And I believe, I trust, I hope strongly and share that hope with my friends and family that this is going to usher in an age of prosperity for all human beings, that we will have the capacity to actually take care of each other and of ourselves in ways never before possible. But can a village chip turn a donut into a clock? It probably might be able to. That's the joke. I think that is the joke, to bring it full circle, Mojo, of yours. It probably would be able to turn a donut into a clock, but instead of reading time, it reads out complex symmetries of the universe. That's the line, right? Yes. Okay. Your optimism about the convergence of emerging technologies is well founded. The simultaneous advancements of fields such as blockchain, quantum computing, gene editing, artificial intelligence, machine learning, and renewable energies holds the potential to significantly drive potential societal progress. The convergence of mutual enhancement. The interplay among these technologies can lead to innovations that surpass the capabilities of an individual advancements. For instance, in quantum computing and AI, quantum computers can process complex computations at unprecedented speeds, enhancing AI algorithms and enabling more sophisticated machine learning models. Blockchain and renewable energy. Blockchain technology can facilitate decentralized energy grids, allowing for efficient distribution and trading of renewable energy resources. Gene editing and machine learning. Machine learning algorithms can analyze vast genomic data sets involving the precision and effectiveness of gene editing genomic data sets, improving the precision and effectiveness of gene editing techniques, the potential for human prosperity. The convergence of these technologies offers opportunities to address global challenges. Economic growth, first and foremost. Technological advancements can boost productivity and create new markets, contributing to economic prosperity. Healthcare improvements, gene editing, and AI can lead to personalized medicine, early disease detection, and more effective treatments, enhancing overall health outcomes. Sustainable development. Renewable energy technologies supported by advancements in AI and blockchain can promote environmental sustainability and combat climate change. Considerations for equitable advancement. While the potential benefits are substantial, it's crucial to address challenges to ensure these technologies contribute to shared prosperity. inclusive access. Efforts must be made to prevent divi- digital divides and ensure equitable access to technological benefits across different populations. Agreed. That's again why I think blockchain has a shot, because it is accessible to anyone who has access to the internet, who most people do. But if you have a bank account in one country and you go to another, your bank might not work there, right? Like that's a real part of like living in a third world country, for example. Collaborative efforts, uh, ethical governance. Establishing ethical guidelines and governance frameworks is essential to mitigate risk associated with emerging technologies. True. Collaborative efforts. Global cooperation amongst governments, industries, and communities is necessary to harness full potential of technological convergence for the betterment of humanity. Your vision aligns with the perspective of thought leaders to advocate for the transformative potential of converging technologies. By fostering innovation and addressing the associated challenges, there are promising pathways towards a future where these advancements contribute to unprecedented human prosperity. Yeah, 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 yeah. Still feels like it wasn't hyping enough, right? I wanted it to be a little bit louder. I wanted it to scream at me just a bit. Oh, this world. There is hope to have. There is hope to have. The future is bright. We're very soon to enter the year 2025. And the only thing I can muster is hope. I don't want to muster dread. I don't want to muster sadness. I don't want to muster anger. I just want to muster hope. I want to be like, yeah, must. Must hope. A must. I love you, friends, so much. Thank you for joining me again. Let me read you yesterday's poem, and then I'll say goodbye. This is what the flower looked like. And then this is what it said. Inspection Day, it's called. Status, pending arrival. We polish war machines into playground slides while monitoring deep space. Feed breadcrumbs to dove that once were missiles. Transform trenches into community gardens. Plant peace like perennials. Each refugee camp dismantled, reassembled as solar neighborhoods. Poverty's edges softened like old photographs forgotten in afternoon light. We fold our flags into blankets for the shivering. Somewhere between shame and pride, we discover what we could be. And alerts come. Signals detect. Too late, we realize. They've been watching this whole time. Through telescope eyes, they've seen every child unfed, wound untended, heart unmended. So we stand in our mess of a cosmic living room, teaching ourselves finally that love is not a performance art, but a daily healing practice that we are getting better at. Yeah, I do like this one. We did talk about the whole. I guess I would be. If the aliens had to come here and they had to say, take me to your leader, right? First and foremost, who are we taking them to? Right? Oh my goodness. Police, right? And then if I had to have criticisms of any potential leadership I could take them to outside, if I had to elect myself as leadership, I would be embarrassed to death. I would be so embarrassed. They would be like, bro, you're leader? And there are people starving in the streets, my dude. There are people dying without their medical care. Like, what are you doing, my oh? Have you not figured this shit out? Like, we'll come back in a few hundred years. We'll give you some time to fucking get with the times, bro. Like, You cannot play with the kid. You cannot play with the adults if you haven't grown up yet, right? Like that's what I feel about humanity sometimes. I'm like, bros, like we're bros, bratonas. And again, I don't know if it is necessarily just pure evil. It's just pure policy. I think that's probably the right word. It's policy. It's like, yeah, this is how it is. This is how we're doing it for reasons. And don't ask questions. Just make do. Make like do. Make like eyes closed. And make like do anyway. Hey, is that Whisper? I believe so. It's nice having you. Sending your blessings, friend. Technology advances are great. I'm hopeful they will shift our focus from perpetual growth at all costs to valuing every human life, valuing the planet. I believe they will. I believe the way it's going to go is that we're going to continue, maybe for a few more years, maybe a decade or so, perpetuate consumerism a little bit more, right? And then that's going to become stale. People are going to get cool enough things, right? And then they're going to be satisfied. They're going to be like, no, actually, this is fine. This is fine. This I have now. This fine. I don't actually now need that much more. And as that consumerism part of us fades, there's going to become new industries of value. And in my mind, I think those industries of value are going to be created through like service, like really serving individuals, serving human beings in the best way possible, right? Like that's going to be the only way you can add value in a world that already has been roboted out, right? Like if everything is robots, then you need to specify what the robots do, right? And if everything is robots and the robots do everything in programming, then how do you distinguish yourself from that as a market? And again, for me, the answer is you learn how to serve people, you learn how to entertain, you learn how to create, you learn how to make things that people would want to see, you learn how to talk, you learn how to have a conversation. A little bit heated, you learn to stay in the face of that conversation. And I feel like there is so much growth in that, and I feel we as a community have experienced that collectively, right? If you have been here, you have had access to conversations that very few people do. And that's not me trying to bolster myself. I'm giving you the honor of that because I wouldn't have had many of the conversations I had with you friends if not for you, right? The give and take, the benefit of us coming together as a community, valuing every human being, valuing you. Thank you for valuing me. I love our community. Thank you for being in this moment. I'll see you friends again soon, tomorrow. Goodbye for now. Cheers.